Hello, guys, pals, and cinephiles. I'm Ozzie Gonzalez, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the best movies for summertime. I hope everyone agrees when I say summer is the best. It's a time when families gather for barbecues, friends enjoy beach outings, and the scent of sunscreen and the ocean breeze fills the air. But one of the best things about summer is the movies. Whether it's the blockbusters that pack the theaters, or just the movies in general, these movies capture the essence of the season. There's just something special about watching a great movie during these sunny months. I'm not going to go through every movie that takes place in summer, but I will go into detail about the films chosen. So let's get into the list. Let's start with something recent that perfectly captures that summer feeling you get as a kid. It's the 2021 animated Pixar film, Luca. Set in the beautiful seaside town on the Italian Riviera, the film follows a young sea monster named Luca, who experiences an unforgettable summer with his newfound best friend, Alberto. Both disguised as humans, they both go on to explore the charming town of Porto Rosso, where they befriend a spirited girl named Giulia. Together, the kids dream of winning the annual Porto Rosso Cup while hiding their true identities. The best way to describe Luca is in one simple word: delightful. From the animation of the characters to the color of the scenes, everything in Luca works on so many levels for anyone of any age. But what makes Luca a good summer movie? That's easy. It's the setting and characters. The scenery and setting of Luca is a character of its own. From Porto Rosso to the underwater reef, they both have distinct looks and styles, with the water having cool shades of blue and green, and the town having a bright, realistic color palette. Plus, some of the best water animation I've seen in a very long time. Fun fact, the fictional town of Porto Rosso is based on the real town of Genova, Italy. This town is also where the director of the film grew up. But the characters in Luca are what really make the film. Unlike the majority of Pixar films now, there aren't a lot of big names that stack the film. You have Jacob Tremblay, who plays Luca and gives the perfect performance of being the innocent, bright-eyed kid. Luca is a compelling character. He's obedient and shy, but his curiosity about the human world drives him to push his boundaries. Alberto, on the other hand, is more outgoing and acts as a mentor/older brother of sorts, guiding Luca through his new experiences. You can thank Jack Dylan Grazer for that, who does a good job of giving Alberto this older brother type personality. Then finally we have Emma Berman playing Giulia. Giulia's character is more than just the girl in the movie. She's eager, energetic, kind, competitive, and most importantly, a good friend. Some of the best scenes are when the kids are just enjoying life and having fun with each other. From them training for the race to having dinner together, each scene feels so realistic and grounded. However, Luca touches on serious themes such as fears of being different, childhood abandonment, and the courage to stand up for one's identity. These dramatic moments add depth to the story, making the character's journey even more compelling. Because at its core, Luca is a story about friendship. Luca and Alberto's bond, along with Giulia, is the heart of the film. This trio's dynamic is more about companionship and mutual discovery than any traditional brotherhood. Luca is more than just a summer adventure. It's a film about growth, friendship, and the courage to explore new horizons. When looking for a movie to watch for the summer, don't overlook Luca. With its beautiful animation, compelling characters, and a heartfelt story, Luca invites viewers of all ages to experience the magic of childhood once again. On to the second film. After talking about Luca, let's switch from sea monsters in Italy to aliens in Hawaii. It's one of my personal favorites, Lilo and Stitch. The film follows a young Hawaiian girl named Lilo, who adopts a small dog-like animal named Stitch, unaware that he is actually a genetic experiment numbered 626 created by a mad scientist. Initially designed for chaos, Stitch begins to change after experiencing love and care from Lilo and her older sister, Nani. As Stitch integrates into their family, he learns the true meaning of Ohana while trying to avoid getting captured by his creator. Lilo and Stitch is not only one of my favorite Disney movies, but one of Disney's best movies. The characters, the backgrounds, the animation, the music, everything in Lilo and Stitch is perfect for the summer. Plus the sunny Hawaii setting and beach scenes make it perfect for the summertime. It's a feel-good film that brings the warmth and joy of summer right to your screen. Lilo, our fiery, sassy, yet kind protagonist, is written like a real kid. She's an oddball, fiercely loyal to her family, and Lilo's quirks and genuine emotions make her incredibly relatable. Her eccentric hobbies like taking photos of tourists, making her own dolls, and just doing things that a kid would do add layers to her character, making her feel authentic and endearing. Lilo and Stitch also has one of the best portrayals of siblings that I've seen in a long time. Lilo and Nani act like real sisters. They fight, they laugh, they get on each other's nerves, but at the end of the day, they still love each other. One of the best scenes is when Nani and Lilo lie together in the hammock, gazing at the stars. It's a quiet and tender moment that encapsulates their strength of their bond. But Stitch is what makes the movie go from great to perfect. Stitch is best described as chaotic good. He starts as a destructive force, but gradually becomes an essential part of Lilo and Nani's Ohana. His journey from chaos-filled monster to kind-loving family member is a testament to the power of love and family. The success of Lilo and Stitch also led to 3 movies, a TV series, and even an anime. Its impact is undeniable, and it's no surprise that a live-action adaptation is going to be released in 2025, because a live-action Disney movie always goes well and makes everyone happy. Sometimes. For many, including myself, Lilo and Stitch is a favorite because it resonates on so many levels. It's a great movie for anyone, with its blend of humor, heart, and cultural richness. Lilo and Stitch goes from heartbreaking to heartwarming in a matter of scenes, and that's the magic of this film. It's about finding Ohana in the most unexpected places and holding on to them, no matter what. On to the third film. After talking about Lilo and Stitch, how about we go from adopted family to found family? It's the 80s adventure movie, The Goonies. The film follows a group of kids from the Goondocks neighborhood of Astoria, Oregon, who discover an old pirate map in the attic of Mikey Walsh's home. Mikey, along with his older brother Brand, and his friends Chunk, Mouth, Data, Andy, and Steph, embark on a thrilling quest to find the long-lost treasure of the legendary pirate, One-Eyed Willie, in hopes of saving their homes from foreclosure. Along the way, they encounter a series of booby traps, evade the criminal Fratelli family, and forge unforgettable friendships. Goonies is one of the best adventure movies for anyone to enjoy. Not only is Goonies a great adventure film, but it is practically the blueprint of an adventure film. From the characters, the story, the locations, the jokes, and even the wardrobe itself has inspired some of the best shows on right now. From movies like Super 8 to the most popular show right now like Stranger Things, the influence of Goonies is undeniable. The sets in Goonies also feel real and give the perfect feeling for any scene, like the cluttered attic, the dangerous caves, and finally, the ship of One-Eyed Willie. These environments help bring the adventure to life, making viewers feel like they're right there with the Goonies, experiencing every twist and turn. Goonies is also a movie that is not afraid to be mean-spirited. Goonies doesn't shy away from showing the kids teasing each other, pulling pranks, and getting into fights. This portrayal of friendship adds a layer of authenticity and relatability, making the characters feel more real and their bond stronger, along with some scenes that are both hilarious and mean. Also, a lot of the actors from Goonies went on to be big people in the entertainment industry. Let's start with Mikey. He is played by Sean Astin, who went on to play Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings. Then there's Josh Brolin, who plays Mikey's older brother Brand, and then went on to play one of the biggest enemies of the Marvel Universe, Thanos. Then you have Corey Feldman, who was the poster child of 80s movies, but the person who made the biggest change was Data. Data is played by Ke Huy Quan. You may not know him by name, but you may know him as Short Round in Indiana Jones, or Boris in Disney Plus's Loki, and his Oscar-winning performance as Waymond in Everything Everywhere All at Once. If a movie like Goonies can make this many stars, then it is so worth checking out, along with some of the most memorable lines that anyone could recognize.
First you gotta do the truffle shuffle.
Never say that! Goonies never say die!
Goonies captures the essence of childhood adventure and the bond of friendship, making it a timeless classic. So this summer, gather your friends and join the Goonies on their epic quest, because in the words of Mikey Walsh, Goonies never say die. On to the fourth film. After talking about Goonies, how about instead of finding buried treasure, you tried to find a dead body? It's one of Stephen King's best films, Stand By Me. Based on the Stephen King book titled The Body, the film follows 4 young boys, Gordy, Chris, Teddy, and Vern, on an adventure to find the body of a missing boy rumored to be lying in the woods near their town of 1950s Castle Rock, Oregon. Motivated by curiosity and the promise of adventure, the boys set out on a trek to test their physical and emotional limits. I mean it when I say that Stand By Me is one of the best Stephen King films. From the first minute, Stand By Me immerses us in the quintessential summer experience. Scenes like the treehouse and the campfire scenes give the perfect nostalgic feeling of hanging out with friends during the summertime. On the surface, Stand By Me looks like a generic coming-of-age movie, but it is so much more than that. The characters in Stand By Me are also very well written and give amazing performances that will leave an impact on anyone. Gordy is a quiet kid who loves writing. After his older brother Denny's death, Gordy's parents become emotionally distant. Throughout the story, Gordy comes to terms with his brother's death and discovers his own identity and potential as a writer. Vern is the most innocent and naive member of the group, often the butt of the jokes. Though his family isn't troubled, he lacks confidence and is anxious most of the time and is scared when it comes to anything dangerous. Vern provides comic relief and represents childhood innocence, gaining some confidence through the journey but still remains timid. Teddy is eccentric and fiercely loyal, coming from an abusive background. His mentally unstable father once burned his ear, and Teddy idolizes and resents him. Teddy's troubled past shapes his erratic behavior, adding a layer of tragedy to his character. And last but not least, Chris. Chris is Gordy's best friend, tough yet sensitive and intelligent. Despite coming from a family with a criminal reputation, Chris doesn't want that life. He wants to make something of himself and do something with his life. He supports Gordy's dreams and struggles with his family reputation, serving as the group's emotional anchor. The characters in Stand By Me feel so realistic that sometimes you forget these are actors. These characters' unique backgrounds and struggles come together in a story about friendship, loss, and the loss of innocence. Keep in mind, this was in the 80s when mental health wasn't that talked about that much, so for Stand By Me to do this was really brave and needed for the time. Stand By Me is more than just a nostalgic trip down memory lane. It's a timeless exploration of friendship, adventure, and the bittersweet transition from childhood to adulthood. As we savor the long, lazy days of summer, Stand By Me reminds us of the magic found in simple moments and the bonds that shape us. On to the fifth film. After talking about Stand By Me, how about we skip the journey and stay home and play baseball with your friends? It's the 90s coming-of-age film, The Sandlot. The film follows a kid named Scott Smalls, who moves to a new neighborhood and struggles to make friends. When he stumbles upon a group of boys playing baseball on a local sandlot, he wants to join despite not knowing how to play. The group's leader, Benny Rodriguez, takes Smalls under his wing and teaches him the game, allowing him to become part of their tight-knit circle. Over the course of the summer, the boys embark on various adventures, including a daring mission to receive a prize baseball from the yard of a legendary dog called the Beast. Sandlot is the definition of a feel-good movie. Practically everything in Sandlot screams summer in the best way possible. A lot of people who grew up with Sandlot also experience the same childhood as these characters. Some of the most memorable parts in Sandlot are just the kids hanging out. Scenes like going to the carnival, swimming in the community pool, and having s'mores in the treehouse. But one of the best moments in Sandlot is the 4th of July night game. The kids play under the glow of fireworks, and it's as beautiful as it can be. This scene is the perfect blend of Americana and the magic of summer nights, capturing the awe and wonder of being young and free during the summer. Sandlot also has some of the most iconic quotes of any baseball movie.
Shut up! You're killing me, Smalls.
The Great Bambino!
Forever. Forever. Forever.
L7 Winnie.
You play ball like a girl!
Sandlot also has a timeless theme of acceptance and growth. This theme is not only heartwarming, but also a reminder of the enduring impact of childhood friendships. These bonds, forged in the innocence of youth, often shape who we become as adults. The ending of Sandlot is also realistically bittersweet. When the kids are playing their last game of the summer, they start to fade as we hear a voiceover of grown-up Smalls saying what everyone has grown up to be. It reminds us that while those golden days can't last forever, the friendships and experiences we gather stay with us, shaping who we become. The Sandlot is more than just a movie about baseball. It's a celebration of friendship, adventure, and the joys of childhood. It's a film that reminds us of the importance of those lazy days and the bonds we form during them. So this summer, revisit Sandlot and let it transport you back to those carefree days of youth. Because just like in the movie, some of the best moments in life are the simplest ones. Spent with friends, under the summer sun, playing the game we love. So next time you want to remember those childhood summers, give Sandlot a try and make it a home run for the summer. On to the sixth film. After talking about Sandlot, what would happen if you reconnected with your childhood friends after years apart? It's the somewhat family-friendly Happy Madison movie, Grown Ups. The film follows 5 childhood friends who reunite after 30 years for the funeral of their beloved basketball coach. Lenny Fader, Eric Lamonsoff, Kurt McKenzie, Marcus Higgins, and Rob Hilliard, along with their families, spend the 4th of July weekend together at a lake house, rekindling old friendships and creating new memories. Grown Ups is the movie I think of when I hear the phrase summer vacation. Grown Ups' depiction of family and friends coming together to enjoy the simple things in life perfectly mirrors our own experiences of summer vacations. Another reason to why Grown Ups is a great summer movie is its locations. Grown Ups takes place in a picturesque lake house, a quintessential summer retreat. The lush greenery, sparkling water, the open woods, and the cabin evoke memories of family vacations and childhood adventures. It's a setting that feels familiar and inviting, instantly transporting viewers to a place of relaxation, as well as other places in the film like the water park, the lake, the restaurant, and even the basketball court give this open invite feeling that makes you want to visit. But the locations are only one part of what makes Grown Ups a good summer movie. Like Sandlot, some of Grown Ups' best moments is when everyone is hanging out, as well as there being funny jokes from comedians who know how to get a laugh from people. There are also some quotes that have made their way around the internet.
It's fantastic, okay?
It's amazing.
Hey, what's up, ladies?
I want to get chocolate wasted.
And the quotes are only as good as the characters. Yeah, it's just Adam Sandler and his friends being themselves and hanging out throughout the whole film. But you feel a genuine friendship between these characters. The chemistry between the characters is undeniable, and their real-life friendship shines through on screen, making their interactions feel authentic and relatable. This authenticity adds a layer of warmth and sincerity to Grown Ups, making it more than just a comedy movie. It's a heartfelt tribute to enduring friendships. Grown Ups wraps with a heartwarming scene of families gathered together, watching fireworks. It's a perfect metaphor for the film. Bright, joyous, and a little bit nostalgic. Grown Ups reminds us that summer is about creating memories that last a lifetime. So whether you're looking for a movie to watch during a lazy summer afternoon, or something to remind you of the joys of the season, Grown Ups is a fantastic choice. Grown Ups encapsulates the spirit of summer, full of laughter, love, and the simplest pleasures that make this time of year so special. On to the seventh film. After talking about Grown Ups, let's go from a 2000s comedy to a 2021 musical. It's the Broadway musical turned movie, In the Heights. Based on the Broadway show of the same name, the film follows Usnavi, a bodega owner in Washington Heights dreaming of reviving his father's business in the Dominican Republic. The story intertwines the lives of residents like Vanessa, an aspiring fashion designer, Nina, returning from college with unexpected news, and Benny, striving to prove himself. Amidst a heat wave and blackout, they confront their hopes and fears, discovering the true meaning of home and community. In the Heights is a musical that needed to be made. In the Heights is a celebration of community, culture, and dreams. These themes resonate deeply during the summer, a season synonymous with warmth, togetherness, and possibility. But what makes In the Heights stand out as a summer movie? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the setting and location. A place like Washington Heights, with bustling streets, vibrant murals, and a lively community, exudes the essence of summer in the city. You feel the heat in every scene where we're supposed to believe it's hot. The opening number, In the Heights, immediately brings us into the world and sets the feeling for the whole movie, and it showcases the neighborhood's energy and diversity. Another big factor is the music itself. Lin-Manuel Miranda's score is a blend of Latin rhythms, hip-hop, and Broadway melodies that capture the spirit of summer. The best example of this is in the song 96,000. This song brings to life the community's dreams and aspirations, all set against the backdrop of a sun-soaked pool. The infectious beats and heartfelt lyrics make it impossible not to tap your feet and sing along, embodying the joy and cheerfulness of summer, as well as the characters in the Heights being very realistic and relatable. There are so many great characters that you can immediately identify with. Almost every character has a story, theme, and lesson for anyone who watches that they can take away. Some of the biggest themes like home is where you are, hard work can get you anywhere, and so much more. In the Heights is more than just a musical. It's a celebration of life, love, and community. Its vibrant atmosphere, infectious music, and heartfelt stories make it a perfect summer movie. So if you're looking for a film that embodies the spirit of summer, look no further than In the Heights. Let the rhythm and warmth of summer come alive with a musical journey you won't forget. On to the eighth film. After talking about In the Heights, let's take a step back for a dance of a different era. It's the 80s romance film, Dirty Dancing. In the summer of 1963, the film follows 17-year-old Frances Baby Houseman, who is vacationing with her family at a resort in the Catskills. Baby's world changes forever when she meets the resort's charismatic dance instructor, Johnny Castle. Despite their different backgrounds, Baby and Johnny connect through dance. When Johnny's dance partner faces an unexpected crisis, Baby steps in to help, leading her to secretly train with Johnny for a crucial performance. As they prepare, Baby and Johnny develop a deep, passionate relationship, challenging the expectations of their families and society. Dirty Dancing is a quintessential summer romance. Practically everything in Dirty Dancing is shot, colored, edited, and made to give the best feeling of love in the summer. Locations like the resort, the lodges, and the underground dance club provide a perfect backdrop that enhances the film's summery feel. The natural beauty of the setting, combined with the carefree vacation atmosphere, makes it easy for audiences to immerse themselves in the world of Dirty Dancing. The characters in Dirty Dancing are also the most interesting thing in the whole film. Johnny and Baby are practically flooding with chemistry to the point where you want to see them get together. Sadly, it wasn't the same for the actors. Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze actually hated working together and would argue on set constantly. Fun fact, when Johnny tries to train Baby and she keeps laughing, that is Patrick Swayze's real look of frustration. Despite their disinterest in each other, their performances still shine through. Then there's the iconic move that everyone tries to do, the lift. This scene is often the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Dirty Dancing. Not only the lift, but the final dance number is what makes Dirty Dancing so memorable after 30 plus years, as well as the song getting stuck in your head the moment you hear the chorus. But beyond its nostalgic appeal and captivating romance, Dirty Dancing also tackles important social themes such as class differences and personal growth. It's a film that resonates on multiple levels, offering more than just a love story, but a narrative of empowering and standing up for what you believe in. Dirty Dancing is more than just a summer movie. It's a celebration of youth, love, and the transformative power of a single summer. Dirty Dancing captures the fleeting magic of the season, reminding us of the importance of taking chances, embracing change, and dancing like nobody's watching. On to the penultimate film. After talking about Dirty Dancing, let's go from dance floor to sea floor. It's Steven Spielberg's breakout movie, Jaws. The film follows Police Chief Martin Brody in a small seaside town of Amityville Island, which is terrorized by a great white shark. After a series of brutal attacks, Brody attempts to close the beaches but faces opposition from the town's mayor, who fears the loss of summer tourist revenue. As the attacks continue, Brody teams up with marine biologist Matt Hooper and a seasoned shark hunter, Quint, to track down and kill the deadly predator. Jaws is the reason why many people are still afraid to go in the water. After Jaws was released, a lot of beaches in 1975 were empty because people were afraid of shark attacks. This phenomenon even had its own name. It was called the Jaws effect. If a movie like Jaws can make that many people so afraid to go to the beach, then it must be doing something right, which is why Jaws is the perfect horror movie for the summer. Practically everything in Jaws shows the perfect summer. From its picturesque beaches, busy boardwalk, and carefree vacationers capture the essence of a summer getaway. Jaws didn't just captivate audiences, it redefined the film industry. Jaws was the first film to have a nationwide release with a massive marketing campaign, creating the template for the modern summer blockbuster. The film's success proved that summer could be a thriving season for big-budget, high-stake entertainment. So if it wasn't for Jaws, we wouldn't have some of the biggest movies of the summer. Jaws also used a lot of new filmmaking techniques during this time. There were scenes like the vertigo shot, but the first look at the shark is what got people scared. Jaws didn't show the shark that often, but it worked to give the audience the fear that he could be anywhere. Jaws also brought about another one of cinema's most iconic lines that came from this scene.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Another reason why Jaws resonates as a summer movie is its relatable characters. Chief Brody is a standard everyman, a family man who just wants to keep his community safe. His fear of water adds another layer of tension to his character, and his struggle against the shark gives him a very satisfying arc. Hooper and Quint also provide the perfect foil to Brody, each bringing their own strengths and quirks to the team, making them fun to watch. Their camaraderie and clashes add depth to the story and make their quest to hunt the shark all the more engaging. So as you lounge by the beach or by the pool this summer, consider revisiting Jaws. It's more than just a movie about a shark. It's a masterclass in filmmaking that captures the essence of summer in a way few films can. On to the final film. After talking about Jaws, let's move from a day at the beach to a night in the woods. It's the slasher that made camp deadly, Friday the 13th Part 2. The film follows a new group of counselors preparing to reopen Crystal Lake. As they settle in, they are unaware that Jason Voorhees, the mass killer believed to have drowned years ago, is alive and seeking vengeance. Armed with his iconic machete, Jason stalks and gruesomely dispatches the counselors one by one. As the night unfolds, the survivors must confront the terrifying truth about Jason and fight for their lives in a desperate bid to escape the campgrounds. I also picked the second one because this is where the franchise finds its identity. Friday the 13th Part 2 is what I believe made the genre of slasher summer. Only released 10 months after the first Friday the 13th, Part 2 would be something for everyone to remember, mainly because practically everything in this film is the blueprint of every slasher movie. From the way the characters are dressed and interact, the setting of the camp, and so much more that brought the genre to life. And unlike the characters in Part 1, these characters have real personalities. Friday the 13th Part 2 taps into that by focusing on a new group of young camp counselors. Their friendships, silly antics, and carefree attitudes bring back memories of our own carefree summers spent with friends, adventures, and a bit of rebellion. The film's characters bring a sense of familiarity and nostalgia, making it easier to connect with their experiences before the horror unfolds. Friday the 13th Part 2 also brought one of the most iconic slashers of all time, Jason Voorhees. It isn't until the next movie that he gets his iconic hockey mask, but this is where Jason Voorhees was born and made his mark on the genre, and he is a force to be reckoned with. Unlike the later films where he becomes an unstoppable force, here Jason is more human, vulnerable, and even more terrifying because of it. The uncertainty of his appearance and the brutality of his actions create an unpredictable and menacing atmosphere that keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Jason's relentless pursuit of the counselors create an atmosphere of unrelenting tension, making the movie an unforgettable summer thrill ride. Friday the 13th Part 2 delivers the quintessential slasher experience. With its inventive kills, suspensive chases, and practical effects, Friday the 13th encapsulates everything that makes the genre so captivating. It's the combination of the summer camp setting, nostalgic charm, thrilling horror, and iconic villain that makes it stand out. So grab some popcorn, turn off the lights, and let Jason Voorhees take you on a summer adventure you won't forget. And that's the end of my list. Again, I had more to include, so here's the honorable mentions. Surf's Up, an animated mockumentary that follows a young penguin named Cody Maverick as he pursues his dream of becoming a champion surfer inspired by his idol, Big Z. This is an underrated movie that I started watching again and I love it every single time. Plus the animation really holds up for its release in 2007. This looks like something that would be released today. I love it, my family loves it, and if you watch it, I hope you love it. Do the Right Thing. Following the day in the life of a Brooklyn neighborhood as racial tensions simmer and eventually explode into violence on the hottest day of summer. A lot of heavy topics from this movie are still being talked about today, and honestly, it really holds up. Also one of Spike Lee's best films, having some of the best filmmaking techniques. You can really feel the heat with heavy uses of red and orange. This is a film that anyone can learn from. So if you want tension and drama, give Do the Right Thing a look. Grown Ups 2. The sequel to Grown Ups has the whole gang, minus Rob Schneider, moving back to their hometown and celebrating the first day of summer. Compared to the first one, it isn't that good, but I have a soft spot for it. It's just the kind of dumb humor to look for during this time of the year, so make it a double feature and enjoy the laughs. As the summer sun sets, we look back at the times that made our summer special, from playing with our friends, going on an adventure, taking a trip to the beach, and so much more that makes summer worth remembering. From New York's sun-soaked streets to the Pacific Northwest's hidden pirate ship, each film captures what makes summer unforgettable. In Luca, Lilo and Stitch, we discover the joys of friendship, family, and adventure. These films show that the best memories come from diving into the unknown, forming bonds, and finding unexpected connections. The Goonies and Stand By Me transport us back to childhood adventures, where every trail and map held the promise of excitement. These films remind us that the bonds we form and the courage we muster in youth shape who we become. The Sandlot in Grown Ups hits a home run with their depiction of camaraderie and the simple joys of summer. Whether it's childhood baseball games or reconnecting with old friends, these movies remind us that summer fun spans all ages. In the Heights and Dirty Dancing bring the heat of summer through vibrant energy, music, dance, and romance. They celebrate community, love, and the transformative power of the perfect summer experience. Jaws and Friday the 13th Part 2 show the darker side of summer, blending suspense and fear with serene peace. These films remind us that even in the most beautiful summers can hide thrills and chills. As the credits roll, let's hold on to the spirit of summer that these movies evoke. Whether setting off on an adventure, rekindling friendships, or simply enjoying the sunshine, remember that the best summers are immortalized on the silver screen. Thank you for checking out the video. See you guys next time.